Sup, it's a True Floater, and I'm doing a review on Jada Toys Street Fighter Chun-Li. And I think this is from Street Fighter 2, like some of the rest of the other figures, but short preview to the review before we get into that is I really like this figure. This was my first Jada Toys action figure I've ever gotten. I didn't get any of the monster ones, even though I did kind of want to get the Wolfman. Not any of the Mega Man. This is my first one, and I'm very much impressed. Like, very impressed. Like, compared to all the Marvel Legends I've gotten and other figures and other companies, this one sets a bar. It sets the bar really high for what you would expect for a $25 figure. It does almost everything right, honestly. Almost everything right, except maybe one thing, but we'll get into that later in the video. Alright, we're gonna get into the articulation. She has double jointed elbows. I almost knocked over my camera there. Double jointed knees. Swivel in the hand. You can go out this far, back out this far. She can look up this far, which is always really nice. And she can look down this far. She actually also has a thigh swivel and a boot swivel, which is really nice. Ankle pivot. It goes up this far. It goes up nicely far. Goes down this far. And even though she doesn't have a butterfly joint, which I hate to see on female, I like to see female figures with butterfly joints. She kinda doesn't need one because of how they made it very narrow. She can still get her arms roughly pretty far ahead of her. And if you want to like pose in a way, she can still, yeah, she can still get her arm across her body for the most part. So even without the butterfly joint, it still has kind of doesn't need one. Would have been better if it did have one, maybe, but I don't know. That would have made the area even skinnier. It does well without one. I'll just say that much. But my favorite point of articulation is probably the torso area. She has the diaphragm joint and another ball joint in the waist, and it's crazy. That's how far over she can go. Crazy articulation. She goes back pretty far too, and I just want y'all to understand, this is what happens when a company understands how these joints work. Cause let's look at another company. While doing that, I'll get some scale for y'all. Here's G.I. Joe Classified. Sorry, let me fix her. G.I. Joe Classified Helix. Here. There's the scale. She's a little taller. She has pretty much a diaphragm joint and a ball joint in the waist as well. And when I first got this figure, I was actually okay. I didn't see anything wrong with the articulation. It goes out that far. Same pretty much mechanism for the most part. It's night and day. Jada Toys, man, and it's not like man, it's just night and day, bro. Jada Toys knows what they're doing. And I'm happy that I forgot to mention it, but this figure also has a double joint in the neck and head. That's why she can look down pretty far, look out pretty far. Not just that, but she has some side-to-side action. Not much though. I would say it's more basic to like a Marvel Legend for the most part, but taken to 11. Yeah, there's the in-hand segment. Alright, my overall feelings, not the final overall thoughts, but just want to talk about this Chun-Li figure and why it's so impressive. Again, as I said earlier, this is my first Jada Toys figure in general. I plan on getting some more in 2024. This is one of my final figures I've got in 2023, but it has a great sculpt, great paint, great articulation, much better articulation. And I'm just gonna say this right now, for the $25 price, pretty much for the retail level, this is the best articulation you can buy at this price compared to any other collection, any other company out there. Better than all of Hasbro's. And yes, I'm counting G.I. Joe Classified. It's better than any of the Classified figures articulation. There may be one or two that I've forgotten about that are just weirdly better than the rest, but consistently better than all of them. Definitely better than Marvel Legends by far. Better than whatever McFarlane is giving out right now. McFarlane's never been a great articulated line of figures, especially the DC figures. It's better in almost every way. Like, I would go as far to say, if I had more figures of Jada Toys Street Fighter, and they're gonna put out some future figures of, like, I think Cyberpunk as well, I would say this would probably be the figure line of the year. But I'm not going to say that because I only have one figure. Wouldn't really be that great coming from me. But I don't even know what else to say. There's not really any problems except maybe an extra head. But I'm just kind of talking to show off this picture. Let's go on to the next segment. And now the accessories. This is the only problem I may have with the figures, the accessories. She's $25. Maybe she could come with a bit more, but honestly, I don't know. Here she comes with an extra head, a yelling head. I would have liked it to give us one more head, a more calm Chun-Li head. Well, we have, I guess, a more happy Chun-Li head with her smiling, because she's a pretty happy person. Here's some extra pair of hands, some palm hands, which is very appropriate for a character. Some more relaxed hands would have been nice, but here's the main accessory piece though, that honestly, like, I'm kind of, I guess, troubled if this is really, like, if they're giving us a good amount of accessories or not. This big piece of plastic is an effect to show her kicking. You know, you put this on her feet to show, like, she's kicking a lot. So I can explain that. This alone almost justifies the amount of accessories we get, because you can use this for multiple other figures as well. And it's a big chunk of plastic. It's not small. That's a lot of plastic still. They don't have to do that. They could have done something else. So I guess I kind of at the same time wish they got a bit more accessories, but at the same time, I'm kind of happy with what I got. Oh, I forgot. It also comes with this stand piece, which I don't know what it's for because it can't connect to the figure. I will say one thing. Even though they put that in there, I would have preferred they give us an extra pair of hands or an extra head over this questionable piece. But here are my overall thoughts on this figure. My first Jada Toys figure, I said earlier in the beginning of the video, I'm really impressed. I am definitely hooked on this company from now on. Whenever they release any more figures or they get another license for other group of characters, I'm ready. I'm ready, because I've seen other action figures and I've seen other reviews of other different characters, and they all, for the most part, have a happy, positive response, and they get one from me too. This is a great figure. I got this figure kind of late, but this is one of my favorite figures I've gotten of the year by far. Like, it's very fun to play with, fun to pose around. She has a great deco, great sculpt. The head sculpt is nice too. Especially for $25, it's definitely not bad. She comes with a decent amount of accessories. I would say even at $25, it's not. I've decided to make my final decision that the accessories are okay. I'm happy with what I got, because again, that kicking effect is really, really nice, and you can use it with a lot of other figures besides just Chun-Li. It makes ACBA a little cooler. But that being said, if they switch out that plastic stand for an extra head or some hands, I'd be okay with that. Hopefully they do that more in the future. But again, like, I don't really got much wrong with this figure for real. I give it a 9. I'll give it a 9 out of 10. Just because I'm still conflicted on the accessories. I'm happy with it, but at the same time, I would have preferred a tad bit more, just because Chun-Li is a very important character, and she needs an extra head. That's the main thing I kind of want, an extra head of her smiling or being cheerful. That would have been nice. She's very serious and stoic in this package, because her other head's her screaming, and then this very neutral one. But yeah,